Aaron stood on the rooftop of his small apartment building, staring at the quiet city lights below. He felt something heavy inside him, a feeling he had lived with for years, a voice that always whispered, "You'll never make it, never try, never dream too big." That night the air was cold, and for the first time, Aaron spoke to himself out loud. "I'm tired of the word never," he said softly. He didn't know it then, but this moment would change everything. Earlier that day, Aaron had met an elderly mentor named Mira, a woman in her late 60s with sharp eyes and a calm presence. She ran a small bookshop near his workplace, a place Aaron passed every day but never entered until that morning. Mira saw something in him instantly, a heaviness, a hesitation. "You carry the weight of words that don't belong to you," she said without looking up from her tea. Aaron frowned. "What do you mean?" "You say never too easily," she replied. "Sit. Let me tell you something." That conversation became the beginning of a long, unexpected journey. Not through cities or mountains, but through Aaron's own mind. Mira poured tea into 2 cups and said, "Let me show you how people destroy their lives with one sentence. I can never do this." Aaron stayed quiet. He had said that sentence more times than he could count. Mira continued, "People quit when things get hard. Thinking failure means they aren't good enough. But failure is not the end. Quitting is." She leaned back in her chair and told him a story. Not the story of Thomas Edison, but her own. "When I was a young teacher," Mira said, "I wrote a book. I sent it to publishers again and again. You know how many times they rejected it?" Aaron shook his head. 47 times. "What did you do after that?" "I sent it again. And again. And again. I didn't say never. That's why you're holding it now." She pointed at a book on the shelf behind him, her own name printed on the cover. Aaron looked at the book, stunned. In that moment, he realized something simple but powerful. You only lose when you quit. Mira saw the thought forming in his mind and smiled. "You are stronger than your failures." "What are you running from, Aaron?" He finally answered, "I failed too many times." "But failing is learning," she said. "Never say never. Say not yet." Those 2 words hit him harder than anything he had heard before. Not yet. After work that evening, Aaron walked home slowly, replaying Myra's words in his mind. He had always believed his present situation defined his future. The small job, the small income, the small life. He had come from a poor background and convinced himself that success wasn't for people like him. But Mira had told him another story. The story of her friend Nia, a woman born in poverty who used to clean tables in a cafe. Nia had dreamed of becoming a journalist. People laughed at her, told her she was too small for big dreams. But she kept studying, kept writing, kept improving her skills. Today she worked for a global news network. "When a seed is underground," Mira had said, "it looks like nothing. People think it's useless. But a seed has destiny inside it, a tree waiting to grow." That night, Aaron looked at himself differently. Maybe he wasn't stuck. Maybe he was still growing. But the real challenge came from his environment. His neighborhood was filled with people who didn't dream, didn't grow, didn't believe in anything except survival. They told him his dreams were unrealistic. He believed them, until Mira told him another story. "Have you heard of the mountain bamboo?" she asked. "For 5 years it shows nothing. People think it's dead. But underground, its roots are growing. Then suddenly, in the 6th year, it grows 80 feet in weeks." She paused. "Aaron, maybe you are in your root years." Her words lit something in him. Hope. Days passed, and Aaron kept visiting the bookshop. Mira taught him something new every day. "Success is not one big moment," she said. "It is hundreds of small choices." She placed an ice cube on the table. "Look at this. Imagine the room is freezing. You warm it by 1 degree, nothing happens. Another degree, nothing. Another, still nothing. But at one point, suddenly it melts." She tapped the melting cube. Was it that 1 degree? No, it was all the silent effort before it. Aaron began to understand. Tiny efforts create big results. One day Mira asked him, "Why haven't you started writing your book?" You wanted to do it for years. I'm waiting for the right time, Aaron replied. Mira laughed softly. There is no right time. There is only now. You don't need anyone's permission. Start today. Aaron felt a wave of fear. But what if I'm not good enough? Then you learn, she said. But you begin. That night, Aaron wrote the first page of his book. It wasn't perfect, but it was a beginning. Every day after work, he wrote a little, sometimes 2 pages, sometimes 3 lines, but he stayed consistent. Mira encouraged him with small exercises. Speak 1 sentence out loud every day, she'd say. Read 1 paragraph. Walk 20 minutes. Write 1 idea. These little actions began changing him. Slowly, he became more confident, more focused, more disciplined. His habits were building a new identity. You become what you repeatedly do, Mira told him one evening. Not what you hope, not what you plan, what you do. And then she said something that stayed with him forever. Excellence is a habit, not a miracle. Weeks turned into months. Aaron's mindset changed. He no longer said never. He said not yet. I'm learning, I'm growing. But one challenge remained, the people in his life. Most of them doubted him, discouraged him, or laughed at his dream of becoming a writer. Mira warned him, show me your circle, and I'll show you your future. She explained how the Wright brothers built the world's first airplane. Not because they were geniuses, not because they were wealthy, but because they supported each other. They encouraged each other. Their circle was small but strong. Your environment, she said, can lift you or limit you. So Aaron created a new circle, not people, but of learning. Books became his mentors. Videos became his teachers. Podcasts became his companions. And Mira became the guide he never knew he needed. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the city, Aaron walked into the bookshop with a printed stack of pages, his completed manuscript. Mira looked at him, surprised. Is that what I think it is? He nodded. I finished my book. She held the papers gently, like something precious. Do you see now? She asked. You didn't need permission. You didn't need the perfect environment. You just needed one decision, to stop saying never. Aaron felt tears forming in his eyes. Do you think it's good enough? Mira smiled warmly. It's better than good. It's yours. And that makes it powerful. He exhaled deeply, feeling something he had never felt before. Purpose. That night, standing on the rooftop, Aaron finally understood everything Mira had tried to teach him. He was not his environment. He was not his past. He was not his failures. He was the person he chose to become. And he whispered to the sky, I'm not giving up. Not now. Not ever.